We are live. Episode
Awesome.
11.
11.
Hang on, I can't do the hand thing anymore. I gotta go back to my toes.
I have an extra finger for you if you want.
The Creating Connections podcast with certified personality trainer Vickie
Musni.
See, I get her to say her last name. That's how it works.
Perfect, because you can't remember.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
You
It's
can't
kind of
say
how
it.
it goes.
Yeah.
Gitomer certified advisor Mitch Taylor, and we have with us in studio Sean Big Daddy McKee, the legend himself.
Oh, please. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am wonderful. Now that I'm seeing you, darling, I'm even better.
Yeah, it's early where I am though.
I know it is. Bless you.
But I got up at 6 or actually 5:30 just for you.
I'm a lucky man.
And this is my first ever podcast appearance in pajamas too. So
Oh, I'm liking it.
Wow.
I'm liking this show already.
We're going to get a lot more viewers.
Yeah, there you go.
Or never mind.
our theme, Sean, is creating connections.
Right.
And I was trying to remember when I first met you. And it's funny because I don't really remember meeting you, but I feel like I have always known you. And I don't know what it is, but you just seem to have that effect on people. And I can't even imagine someone with your history in the industry, how many connections you must have. But is that just something in the way that you're wired, or do you do something intentional to try to connect with people? And
I really don't.
how do you make them
anything,
feel
honestly.
like they've known you forever?
There's really no intention here and anywhere. It's for me, as I was telling Mitch last night and all the guys here, that was great. It's all about spreading love and positivity. And as many times as I can do that. And I think we met for the very first time was when you spoke right after Randy Bartlett at Mobile
Okay.
Beat 2 years ago.
Okay.
And the lasting effect, I'm honored, I'm blessed by the wonderful words and everything else, but I'm just a guy that loves life. And with a lot of the things that have been thrown at me with twice surviving cancer and this and that and the other thing, getting up in the
Yeah.
morning and putting my feet on the ground and facing forward is how I live. And I
That's
want everybody to
amazing.
live
And you
like that.
And you do have a remarkable story, and I've heard the short version. Is there any more that you want to share publicly? I mean, you've gone through quite.
Well,
You've
pretty much
overcome
it
a
was a
lot.
private kind of thing. It really, I mean, yes, there were people that knew, but I never put it on social media or anything else till I was done with it. Because number one, my clients I didn't really want my clients to know. And number two, my quote unquote competition in Connecticut, there are people, that kind of unsavory kind of thing. Oh, Big Daddy's got cancer, so he can't do your wedding, heaven forbid. I did over 350 events while going through 13 months of chemo. Didn't miss
Even
an
the
event.
first part of that sentence, without the fact that you were going through chemo, is remarkable. But then you add in, and how long ago was that? Can I ask?
I'm sorry?
How long
How
ago?
long ago was that?
I started my second venture with chemo in 2012 and finished at the end of 2013.
Wow. That's
So I've been
amazing.
it's about 17, 18 months cancer clear.
That's awesome. Good
Thank
for
you.
you. Well, let's back up in your story. How did you first get into the DJ world?
Okay, the DJ world, I started as a club DJ a long, 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 long time ago. I
Okay,
was
I
in
won't
rock
ask
and roll
what
bands.
year.
I'm a singer. So I started in rock and roll bands in the 70s. While I was on stage on Thursday nights at this one club, in between sets, I was DJing. And I got into that, and I'm a slow learner. 1993, I got divorced. I came back up to Connecticut, joined a mobile DJ company that I've been with ever since. And I was going to be a singer in one of their bands. And instead of taking a right turn to the band job, I took a left turn to the DJ job, and the rest is history.
But you were just a singer in a rock and roll band.
I was just a singer in a rock and roll band. Oh my! Hold on, let me put my headphones on.
I'll be here all week. Try the veal.
Try the veal. Come on, tip your
Nice.
bartenders. And then it just,
That's really how it happened.
I've been doing this again for about 23, 24 years. And it was funny. It was contagious to me. I did my first ever mobile event was a father-daughter dance that I just happened upon. I was supposed to go see a band play that night and do a couple of songs. And I said, you know what? Let me go see the other guy. I was one of the partners in the company I'm with now. And I said, would you mind if I just mixed it up a little bit? And that's it. And he called his partner that night and said, if you don't hire him, you're nuts. And I've been going ever since.
Wow.
I've been Big Daddy. The Big Daddy thing came about 14 years ago.
That was my next question. I wanted to know how you ended up.
My party motivators and dancers in my bar. See, I was never supposed to be able to do bar mitzvahs because I'm not the most attractive guy in the world, and I'm a big guy because that's what I was told. And I sort of beat the odds, as they say. My dancers started calling me Big Daddy because that's how close we were. And it stuck, and that's where I've been ever since.
That's funny. That's awesome. So, when did you first attend? Do you remember attending your first mobile DJ show?
1997,
Or
Atlantic City.
yeah, in which
The DJ Times show in Atlantic City. And I was one of those guys back then that I don't need to go to these things. What am I going to learn? This, that, the other thing. And you know what? I am so glad I did because number one, it started the next phase of my learning, and I learned a lot. But I also saw this gentleman by the name of Adam Whites, who was up for DJ of the Year, and I saw him on stage, and I saw him command an audience by walking on stage. I said, I want to be that guy. That's the guy I want to be. And we met, and Adam is one of my brothers, like this gentleman here is next to me. And I have been in awe of the man ever since. And I know what the thing is when you're performing, take command of the room when you walk in the door without saying a word. That's Adam White's. That's Randy Bartlett. That's a Mitch Taylor. That's what everybody, and when you get on stage to do your seminar, oh, command the room, honey. Take that thing back. Oh, please. You had me at hello. So that's how I started in 1997. And again, I was one of those guys, and there's still a lot of them out there. Oh, this stuff is easy. I can do this. Honestly, I'm still learning every single day.
What gave you the push to go to that first show? Was it just everyone in your company was going together, or?
No, it was just me. It was just me, and I had met a couple of guys, and I said, you know what? I see these things, and a couple of other friends of mine in the area had gone. They said, why don't you come down? So I went down, and I was sort of like a fly on the wall the first time, and just watching and seeing what I was supposedly missing, shot right to the heart, and I've been going ever since. I learned more. There's some wonderful seminars at all of these. There's no doubt about it. I learn more sitting out in the hallway talking to people.
Yep. For me, it's both. I love those hallway conversations, but I was drawn similar to you. I remember the first speakers I heard at my very first show, and I remember sitting in the audience. The first show I went to, I wasn't even in the DJ industry. I was just there as a videographer who wanted to learn some business stuff. And I sat and listened to Scott Favor, followed by Jim Cerrone. And I had that exact feeling that I want to do what they do. I want to.
Two of the biggest gentlemen in the business.
But that was my introduction to, my first DJ show. And it was that, wow, this is where I want to be moment for me. So, and I met Mitch for the first time at a DJ show as well. So, well, technically we met on Facebook right before the in-person show. Yeah.
She Facebook stalked me.
So many memories, so many connections.
Oh, is she a Facebook stalker?
He messaged me. No, he messaged me. Yeah, he twists the story around. Don't believe a word he says.
All right, folks out there watching and listening, this is I Love Lucy here, where everything's going to be fine.
Yes, but Vickie and I met at a Las Vegas DJ show, I believe, a couple years back.
Yep.
and just immediately
I think
connected.
it was the year that you won that award.
Yes, with Scott. And
Hmm.
Scott took home the Peter Mary Leadership Award, and I took
Yep.
home the Michael Butler Humanitarian Award.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
well
And
deserved.
my chapter won chapter of the year.
Yes.
That same show.
So we
Yeah.
all were award winners that
Yeah.
show.
Okay, so nice segue to Las Vegas DJ show.
Yes.
I hear we have some big plans coming up for this fall.
Yes, we do.
What are you allowed to tell us?
I know that I have a co-host. Her name is Dana Solomon. She's outstanding. This is a girl that I met probably 8 or 9 years ago. She was working in LA. She worked with Joe Hecht.
Okay.
The first time I met her, she was working with Joe Hecht out in
Okay.
Cali.
A time of
And-
your life.
Yeah, Times of Your Life.
Yeah.
Times of Your Life with Joe Hecht.
Shameless plug, Joe. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh.
Love you, Joe. I know you're in France. I know you're in Paris. Don't worry. We didn't want to come with you. Don't worry about that. That's fine. And then she moved back to her area in Cincinnati and stuff, and she's just come a long way. And she's worked it herself, and very proud of her. And one of the things, it's just they asked, and I said yes, and we're going to call it Beauty and the Beast meets the ADJA.
That's awesome.
Yes, going to be a great time.
That's awesome.
Can't wait. Got some great speakers. Going to have
Very-
a wonderful, wonderful time.
And
What speakers?
just
Go ahead,
quick
Mitch.
aside here. I think it's pretty awesome that this man right here had a chance just this last Friday. He got to introduce one of the legendary ring announcers in sports entertainment. That would be the WWE's Howard Finkel, who announced the very first WrestleMania and several subsequent WrestleManias.
Right.
And Big Daddy got to introduce him as Howard Finkel
Oh.
introduced a bride and groom into a wedding, a wrestling-themed wedding reception
Oh, it
for
was
two different
awesome.
wrestlers.
Oh,
And
Yes.
he gets to introduce Michael Buffer this year.
yeah. So 2 bucket
Wow.
list right in a row. Looking very much forward to that. At 8:30 in the morning, they're putting me on stage. What are you folks, nuts?
Yeah, it's like asking someone to do a video podcast at 6 in the morning.
Who would do that?
Who would do that?
I
Yeah,
have
but you
no
make,
idea.
but Vickie, you make this look good. Hello? They're going to need to power wash me and everything else before we go on.
But while we're on the topic of education, let me go back to that first.
Yep.
I know you're in town with Mitch to do training, right?
Not
did some
training
training
just
for-
to pump
for
some
his
passion
staff?
into people. It's my what I do to I call it the spread the love tour. It's passion is not just a word. It's my way of life. My favorite thing to do is to people watch while I'm talking. And because the hair in the back of my neck stands on end whenever I talk about life and family and the business and everything else. Watching these young kids and they're staring at me with their mouths open going, is this guy for real? Yes, my friends, I do this 24/7.
He does exist.
He does exist.
I'm just the comedy portion of the show, really.
Yeah. But yeah, it's one of the things is, and as we've talked about a lot, is the millennials, the 30 and under set that we have right now that we deal with. One of the things with that is these kids will do everything and they want money. They want to make money, but they don't want to work for it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
They'll go to a concert before they do a job. You know what? There's a concert going on. I'd really like to go see it. I could use the money, but I'd rather go to a concert. Mitch has got some kids here that I think with his training and everything that he's got going for him and the values that he has, I know they're going to succeed and do well. There's a few guys out there right now that will be in. We're going to go back to the DJ Time show. I'm doing a mock mitzvah there, my 4th one. I'm bringing the 30 and under crowd out. Dylan Weissman, Jay Berkovitz, Mark Dixon's a little bit older, but Mark is still one of the guys that has never done a seminar before.
I'm sorry, it's Mac.
Mac Dixon from
Mac
Boston.
from Boston.
And Adam Hirschhorn. And I'm also going to try and get, again, there's a gentleman out there by the name of Ricky G, who is a mentor, a brother, and a friend. Probably the best MC I have ever seen. He has memorized up to 150 kids' names and not gotten them wrong during cocktail hour. And that's his If you want to have a shtick, that man has got that. And I want to bring that again back. He did it once with me. He's got something else that he's doing. I want to bring him with it. You want something new, you want something fresh. And these young guys that I've mentioned rock. But I want to bring, I'd love to bring some of the West Coast guys out, but maybe hopefully we can get them for the ADJA show.
So I think tying it together, what Sean is talking about is the connections that we create with our staff, and now promoting them to be rock stars. And how can we instill in them the same values that we have?
And taking that step back and burying the quote unquote ego that we supposedly have, burying the big daddy and letting the other guys out front still be a part of the show, if you will, knowing that they're going to have, like on my end for bar and bat mitzvahs, I've got a wonderful new superstar. Name is Paul. The kid is outstanding. I'm going to be there. They know that I'm going to be there to do my thing with the dot the I's and cross the T's, if you will. But my young superstars are out front, and they're the guys that get all the credit, which is wonderful to me.
So I just wanted to hear about some of your favorite moments in your event history. Special events, themed weddings, things that really stand out to you in your career over the years.
Okay, I'm going to go back to as late as this Friday. This past Friday, the thing was not about Howard Finkel or anything else. The groom running across the room and jumping into my arm, going, "This was the best day of our life."
Aww.
That's why I do what I do. Listen, I've worked for some wonderful celebrities. I had my 15 seconds of fame on when Kathy Lee and Regis were together. They mentioned me on TV. I did because I've done a few gigs for Kathy Lee and Regis. I've chatted with Regis. I worked at Brian Gumbel's house. That's wonderful. That's all well and good. But that, at the end of the day, what matters to me most is to make as many people smile as I possibly can. And if a bride and groom say this is the best day of our life, that's the special time for
That's
me.
what you want. Yep.
And
That's
to me,
awesome.
it's not about the celebrity side of it. I mean, that's great. We've all had the pleasure of doing, most of us have had the pleasure of doing something similar to that, which is awesome. But this, another concept that Austin Beaver and I, shameless drop, have discussed in the past, is your clients are your celebrities.
Right.
Exactly.
Because they chose you, and it's their celebrity status for a day. So to me, it's Kim and Josh Young. It's Lauren and Pete Hearn. And those are just two of my, one future bride and one past bride and groom that I perform for. So I think it's about how can you make your clients rock stars, truly connect with them, and then, as Big Daddy said, spread the love that night.
Right. And on a personal note, there's 4 big events in my life. My 2 sons, my Desi and Casey, and now my 2 grandsons, Sean Ryan and Asher Reed. That is my life. That is the reason that I do what I do. And I put up on Facebook this morning a thank you to them for being as patient with me as they are, because I'm really, because of my schedule, thank heavens for Facebook and thank heavens for phones.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I remember sitting next to you in Vegas when Sean was born.
Not when Sean was born, but when they told me that the baby was going to be named after me.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, when you got
please.
that message.
That only took me 3 hours to stop crying from that. And then Asher,
Yep.
I was down in Orlando for Asher, the second one, and he decided he was going to be 12 days late. But that's okay.
So
Thank
you
heavens
missed
for
him.
FaceTime.
That's awesome. When you mentioned the wrestling themed wedding, do you have any other, like, not the moment about, like you said, about doing a celebrity, but just like really fun, totally unique themes like that? Because I'll admit I've never been to a wrestling themed wedding. Any of those
really
other
was-
ones
honestly,
that
it really
stand
was- it
out
was-
where you can take your creativity and your connections with the clients and
I've done some stuff with baseball stuff. I've done,
Yeah.
Basically, if they call me, if we're going to if they're going to have Big Daddy at their wedding, they're going to know There, you don't really need a theme. The theme is all about love and family. That's
There we
every
go.
time you get together. And it's all about them. There's another theme. And they know, and please forgive me if this sounds crazy, but they know that I'm going to beat the snot out of that party from beginning to end. It's going to be nonstop energy. Yes, there will be times that we're going to lay back and sit back and relax, but it's going to be nonstop up and moving and grooving because, my friends, you are there. You've been invited to the most amazing day of these two kids' lives. There's a reason you're there. You are eating and drinking for free for 5 hours. Get up out of your chair and show them how much you love them. Done. Simple.
That's good
Easy.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, that's who you are. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us today. This was fun.
Oh, it was an absolute pleasure. And my darling, folks out there, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, Cali time. She's beautiful.
If someone,
Totally.
and this is a connection I've had with Sean for a while now, and if someone wants to get a hold of you to bring the Spread the Love tour to their to their place, how can they get a hold of you? What's the contact info?
My cell phone, 203-253-1677. You can go on my Facebook page. I'm easy to find.
I'm putting it on a bathroom stall later. No.
Yeah.
How you doing?
How you doing? Or you can send me a postcard from wherever you are, like Joe Hecht in Paris. Wish you were here, glad you're not. Thank you. Nice. But my cell phone is always on. Trust me. This bad boy takes a 2-hour nap only because Apple told me it has to. Facebook.
I believe you.
Yeah. Contact my Sean McKee, SEAN McKee, Facebook page, or my phone.
That's
Thank you, Big
awesome.
Daddy, for being
Thank
here.
you. Oh, my
you.
pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. I can't wait to see you in Vegas.
I can't wait. It's gonna take too long. I'm gonna have to take a visit out there to see you anyway.
Las Vegas
You
DJ
can
show
stop
is
in
gonna
Reno
rock.
anytime.
This man is the co-host with Dana Solomon of the Las Vegas DJ show and a guest on Creating Connections podcast today. I'm Gitomer Certified Advisor Mitch Taylor, and
Certified personality trainer Vickie Musni.
we will see you for episode 12, coming to you live from Reno, Nevada.
Yes. See,
Reno.
Nevada.
Whoa. Nice.
See you next time.
See you soon.